Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing chapter 12. So this is section 12.1 and it's called angles and degree measure. And then you can find this section on page 549 in your book. And I'm going to be talking about some of those terms that you're going to see in there. The lesson and the homework in this case is going to be on page 552. I'm looking at my book right now. And it's going to be problems 2 to 12 even only. So just 6 problems for you to work on. And let's talk about what that is. Okay, so I'm going to be doing problem number 1 here, so you can know how to do it. It says number 1, and I'm on page 552. It says to sketch each angle in a standard position. So I'm going to have to do a sketch. Okay. Indicate its rotation by a curved arrow. Okay. And classify each angle by its quadrant. Okay. And if the angle is quadrantal angle, say so. So I'm given all those terms. And the first one here, I'm giving this angle here 135 degrees. Well, in order to do this, we have to understand what this all is. Okay, if I'm giving a graph right there. Okay, this is usually my x and this is my y. Okay, and we're going to talk about quadrants here. We have 4 quadrants. We have the first one there, second quadrant, we have the third quadrant, and then we have the fourth quadrant. So one of the questions that is asking us in here is to which quadrant does this fall into? Okay, now we're gonna talk about angles here. This right here is gonna be what we call the initial side. So this is where everything starts. I call this the start. Okay? And I'm gonna be going counterclockwise on my rotation. Counterclockwise, you know, it's the opposite of where the clock is. The clock goes this way, counterclockwise is the other way. So let's talk about degrees here. First of all, this right here will be 90 degrees. Okay? If I keep going, that will be 180 degrees. Okay? Alright, 270 degrees will be this. And as you might expect, if I keep going all the way, we have our famous number 360 degrees. Alright, so I have to draw a sketch. Okay, what is a sketch? Well, I draw my x and y intercept, and this is what you're going to be doing as well. This is x and this is y. Where is angle 135? You don't have to do a perfect sketch. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to realize where it's falling. Okay? So you always start from this side. You already know that this from here to here is 90. and then all the way is 180. So we have to graph 135. Okay, so 135 will fall somewhere around here. Okay, it's a little bit less. It doesn't have to be a perfect sketch. Could be a little bit less than that. So this right here will be 135. So that is the first part of the question. It says sketch each angle in standard position. That's standard position. We have an initial side, and we have what we call a terminal side. It's called terminal side because it's the side where it ends. Okay, we have a starting side and we have a terminal side. And you can find more information about that on page 549. Okay, so the second question was, where is it landing? Well, that right there is landing on quadrant 2. Okay, so if you just put an angle right, the side right there, that would be fine. And then let's see what else it's asking us. And it says to indicate the rotation. Well, the rotation is that way. So the arrow, when I go like this, that's indicating the rotation. So that's all. So I already put it there. So that's it. So indicate its rotation by a curved arrow. That is that right there. This is our curved arrow. Okay. So we made the sketch, indicates its rotation by a curved arrow, and we did that. Classify each angle by its quadrant. This falls in the second quadrant. If the angle is quadrantal angle, say so. What's a quadrantal angle? Well, if I ask you to draw a 90-degree angle, that will be a quadrantal angle because it falls on this line right here. So any angle that falls in one of the axes will be a quadrantal angle. So 90, 180, 270, 360, and so on and so forth. B, it says to graph negative 135. Okay, negative means, so we need to go the opposite direction. So here's my sketch right here. So instead of going this way, we're gonna go the opposite way. We're gonna go like this. 135 should end right there. Negative 135 should be right there. And I'm giving the rotation right there. And this is not a perfect sketch, but it's kind of like that. And where does that fall? Well, that falls in the, remember, this is first, this is second, and this is third quadrant. So it falls on the third quadrant. Okay? And it's not a quadrantal angle either. Alright, let's do a couple more. Let's do, let me see. Let's talk about problem number 9. Okay, it's giving me a 495-degree angle. Okay, that's quite a lot. So if we want to sketch this, first of all, you have to realize that, you know, this is more than 360. So there is going to be a rotation of 360 before anything happens. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do 495 and I'm gonna subtract 360. from that rotation. So, you know, we're going to subtract there. So we got 135 now. So I'm going to keep going, okay, until I get to 135, which is around right there. Okay, that is where I need to put my graph. I'm indicating the rotation there. So the complete rotation is 495 degrees. It's not 360. We did go around once. So that's 495, and it falls on the second quadrant. I'm indicating the rotation using the arrows there, and that's all I have to do. All right, let's do 11. Okay, I'm given this angle negative 110. It seems to me that I'm gonna be going around at least twice. So, and I'm gonna be going opposite directions because it's negative. So I'm gonna go like this. That's 360 right there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add 360 to this guy right here. Okay, I could always use a calculator, of course, which I'm gonna do because I don't want to do math today. Well, I'm kind of doing math already, but you get 450. So as you can see, we have to keep going. We have to do another round. Okay, and then 450 minus 360 is going to be 90 degrees. That's interesting. So 360 is going to be a 90-degree angle. So now we're going to go 90 more. And it's going to stop right there. So I did 2 rounds. I did 1 round, 1 full cycle, and then I had to do another full cycle, and then I stop at negative 90 right there. So this right here, it falls on the line here, so that's what we call a quadrantal angle. The reason for that is because it falls on the y or x axis. Okay, and that is my sketch right there. As simple as that. Alright. Let's do one more. I'll do number 7 for you. We have a 290-degree angle. Okay, so we can go like this. Remember, we're just doing a sketch right there. We're gonna start with 290. We have to understand where that is. Okay, so we have to count. So this is 90. This is 90. This is 180. This is 270, and we need 20 more, because from 270 to 290 is 20 more, so a little bit more, maybe right there. So that's 290 degrees. I'm gonna draw my graph right there. As you can see, that's falling on the 4th quadrant. Okay, that's my sketch. I'm showing the rotation there through that curved arrow, and that's all I have to do on that part right there. Okay. Alright, so hopefully you can do those problems. That's all you're gonna do. You know, I don't want to do the other ones. They're not that important. We'll do a couple more tomorrow.